Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll be learning about higher order function. So what are higher order functions? These are functions that accept another function as an argument or input, and we'll be making use of this example. So let's get into it. Let's make the normal function declaration. Function, then let's call it calculate, just like a calculator. Let's just call it calculator. Good. It's going to take parameters a and b, and it's also going to take an operation. So it's going to return the operation and the parameters of the operation. That means that the operation should have some parameters. So the operation will be like addition, subtraction, basically what calculator can do. So we'll declare another function. So this is the higher order function. Why this one is, we call this one the callback functions. So let's call it addition. So addition will take maybe two parameters a and b, and return it will return the addition of both. So it has to return a value. So this return keyword is very, very important. Return a plus b. So we can still do the same thing for subtraction. I'll just cut this out, copy it. Good. Subtraction, and just call it subtraction. Good. Then it's going to take minus. So which other function should we do? Function for division, right? There's division. Take two parameter. That's another operation that our calculator will be performing. So it will return the division between a and b. So we can equally add multiplication. Let's just call it function. Remember, this is the keyword to declare the function using the function declaration type of function. And we remember what I called functions are reusable bits of code, blocks of code. So multiplication. So it's going to take two values also. Then it will return a times b. So how do we call this function inside our higher order functions? So this is our higher order function. Why all these other ones are called the callback functions? Callback functions. They are actually functions that are called inside the higher order functions. So let's also run the code. Let's see the output console dot log. Then our higher order function, we call it calculator, right? I think we use calculator, not calculate. Calculator. Then let's provide it a value of 100. Then 50. Then which operation do we want? The first operation that we want is multiplication. Do we call it multiplication? Mind you, the spelling must tally with what was given here. It must be the same. It must tally. If not, it will not run. So I can copy this and just put it here, place it again to make it 4. So then for this one is division. See, it does not really follow any order. You can decide to call them at a, you can declare your function at anywhere and call it. So division, this one should be addition. I think addition. This one should be subtraction. So I've called this subtraction. So you can see basically how we just did a calculator. So I will run this code now. So this is my console. So we'll see the outputs. Good, you can see the multiplication of these two numbers resulted to 5,000, while the division resulted to 2, while the subtraction 5, while the addition, you can see the way we've just done perform a calculator. We have just written a function that calculates using the higher order function. So in JavaScript we have example of higher order functions. We have, for example, we have um, the map function. We also have the filter, filter. So these are actually methods that are available. So I'll be making an example of them. So for example, let's declare a variable let num is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So if I want to use a map now, so map will actually perform an operation on all these values that are here. So for example, let me increase the value by 2. So let me declare the variable that will store the results. So let results, I will call it results. I actually want to increase it by 2, so I will put equals to this, the array, then use this method map. So map will also requires a callback function. Remember, callback function. So I can just do something like this and write my code in it. So it will still work anyway. So I will iterate. So I'll just assign a value. Let me just call it n, where n, then this. This is how we use the arrow function. We use this keyword for arrow function. So n represents each item. So each item multiply by 2. So let me console the result now and see what the result will be. Console.log, then results. What will be the result now? So you will see that the value will change. So let's enter. Good, you can see over here that it has 2 has been added. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So you can see it has already changed. So let's quickly make an example of the filter. So the filter is actually used to filter the document to select some item that that matches with the required command that we gave it. So for example, I can just do this. Let me look for the odd numbers in this. So odd numbers are even numbers are even numbers that can be divided by 2 without a remainder, while of odd number are the opposite, right? So let's say we are looking for the even number, for example, even number. So I can just do this num, then filter is actually a method that is available on array, so an object. So each item now I can still give it a name of x, so it doesn't really matter. I can give it any name. So where then I'll use this, remember, where x is remember this method modulus. So modulus 2 is equals to 0. That means that when any of these will give you a remainder of 0, so it's going to give me the odd number. So what am I going to do? Console dot logit dot even. So it's going to give me the even number. So what I want to do here is I want to comment this out. I don't want it to display, to be display. So let's see the odd number out of this given number here. So I'll run my code. So we can see that 2 and 4 are the odd number. What if I want the even number? Sorry, this is the even number. What if I want the odd number? Odd number. Let me call it odd number. So this is odd, odd. So what will I use now? I say equals to, you can just put this not equals to this. So we can see 1, 3, and 5. So these are the even number, and I've discussed about all this in some of my videos. So that will be all for this video. See you in my next video.